Yes, my friends, I have heard from a lot of people after taking the PMP exam, they feel that they've gotten to the mount, they've gotten to the top of the mount, and they feel that that isn't the end. They feel a little bit deflated. They feel a little bit unaccomplished. This is after the PMP. I'm talking about after the project management professional exam. When they first of all get to the top, they're really delighted, they're proud, they're excited, but just give it about 2 weeks. For some people, maybe even more, they begin to feel a little bit downcast and despondent, and they don't know why this is happening. They ask, Phil, I thought I would feel a lot more excitement. And the reason why they feel this way is because the PMP exam is not the defining factor for success. It could be the start of your success, right? As far as you doing these three things, which I define as success. One, it is knowing your purpose in life. Some people feel project management is what they've been called to do at different levels, and that's okay. Knowing that purpose and pursuing the PMP, right? Pursuing the project management professional exam, it's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. Some people feel, I've been called into a world of diverse ways of managing projects. I would like to go ahead and do the CSM as well to know a little bit more about the world of Scrum. Some people say, I want to go ahead and take that exam by the co-creator of Scrum to know even more. They go for the PSM. Some people say my calling is more IT focused. I want to focus on service delivery and service support and the world of IT and the enterprise a little bit more. And some people say, you know what? I actually want to take the PMI's ACP exam because I feel it's more agnostic than all the other agile exams out there. And that's okay. It's all part of knowing. You see, that is just the first step. Knowing your purpose in life, you feel, I've been called to help companies manage projects. I'm a project manager through and through. That's okay, right? But it's just the beginning. The next level in all of this is to understand how to harness all of these great instruments. I call them instruments: PMP, CSM, PSM, ITIL, ACP, and I could go on and on. They're all instruments. They're all instruments. And you know what? Instruments get updated. And that's why these exams are constantly getting updated. Now, if success was just all about getting a PMP one and done, there'd be a lot of successful PMPs, right? But there are not a lot of successful PMPs. There are a lot of PMPs who are in jobs that they don't like, they don't appreciate, and they don't know how to get out. And not just that they don't like the jobs, there's some PMPs who love the job, but they are unable to navigate the political power and social landscapes. They find it hard to do that, even after getting a PMP. Some people say, oh, I'm in a project management role. I can't stand it. I hate it. I don't like it. This is not giving me enough joy or enough satisfaction. Or I feel uncomfortable, or I feel like I'm an imposter. I shouldn't be here. I should be somewhere else. Well, all of those voices are either telling you the honest truth and you need to realign your goals and your missions. See what I'm saying? Some people are in great positions, but they still feel unfulfilled. Maybe the second step that is missing is growing to your maximum potential. And what does that mean? Well, to grow to your maximum potential, you need to stand on the different rungs that give you influence. And there are 5 rungs on the ladder that lead to maximum influence. I'm going to show you these rungs right now. The first rung is the position. If you have a position as a project manager, it's a start. It's just the beginning. But in order to influence up and up, you got to do more than just be in a position. You know, in the world of PMP, when you're getting ready for PMP exam, we talk about different types of power. And one of them is positional power, right? Or you could say expert power. All of those powers are all well and good, but they're not enough. The position is just the beginning. Because if you try to lead from the position, that's all people see in you, a position, nothing else. They don't like you. They don't trust you. You've done nothing for them. They don't see what you've done for the firm. All they're going to do is give you the bare minimum. Once it's 4:55 p.m., they begin to turn off their little laptop, their little dock on their workstation there. They're beginning to tie up their shoelaces if they're in the office. But you know that they're only going to give you the barest minimum in the position level, because when people look at you, they don't see anything other than position. And that's why we need to go to the next level. The next level, permission. What does that mean? That means when people see you, when people look at you in the firm, they don't see a draconian leader. They see someone who is nice, who is likable, someone who they can actually trust, and they follow you because they want to. You have people following after you, according you that influence and respect because they've given you the permission. We call that likability. Now, the likability level is all well and good, but it's not enough. You need to transcend just being likable. So as a project manager, you got your position, you give people the ready smile, you're easy to get along with, that's all well and good, but it's not enough. You need to get to the next level. The next level is all about production. And in the production level, this is where people see what you've done for the firm. This is where you, as it were, have earned your stripes. So after PMP, in your company, if you're not moving up that ladder, permission, production, getting a boatload of stuff done, enviable stuff done, remarkable stuff done, you're just going to be at the position level or the permission level. So level 1, 2, and 3 are all important in you gaining satisfaction and also influence. My mentor, John Maxwell, he says a true measure of leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. If you are not influencing, my friends, you're not leading. And in order to influence, you need to be doing these things. After your PMP, I once worked with Jim, a powerhouse of a program manager at American, and I admired how he was able to get so much stuff done. I mean, he got a boatload of stuff done, so much stuff done. It was unbelievable. And I admired him. I admired him because he was getting a ton of stuff done. And he was a pretty cool guy as well. He was very friendly. He wasn't just getting stuff done like a robot and ignoring people. No, he was also a people person. Speaking of people person, that takes us to the next level, number 4. The next level here is all about people. Personhood. The personhood level is all about what you have done for people, how you have mentored them, how you have grown them, how you have added value to them. And this goes back to being a success after PMP. Because if you've watched my video on how to be a success, well, we talk about the know, grow, sow formula, knowing your purpose in life, grow into your maximum potential, and sowing seeds that benefit others. This is the success formula. So number 5 is your peak, which we call the pinnacle. But the peak or the pinnacle is built on personhood, production, permission, and position first. You don't get to the peak and the pinnacle and people say, wow, what a fantastic leader. No, to get to the pinnacle, you do all the first 4 steps. And when you get to the pinnacle, you don't leave the pinnacle. You don't leave the personhood. You don't leave the production, permission, or position. It is what props you up to the pinnacle. So when we talk about knowing, growing, and sowing, the personhood stage is where you're sowing seeds that benefit others. And this is part of what you should be thinking about after your PMP. PMP is the beginning. Maybe you look at that as a position, but what about the permission, production, personhood, and pinnacle? When are you going to get to the pinnacle? When you're in a firm and people see you as the embodiment of the true leader, the true project leader. And that's why the Project Leadership Institute, if you go to projectleadershipinstitute.com, it's a vehicle to help project managers get to their maximum potential, to keep them growing in the aspects of leadership, to keep them growing in the aspects of communications, cognitive ability, professionalism, and also, of course, the 10 knowledge areas and so on. But I want to go back to this because this is knowing. And a lot of folks think that just having certifications is going to get you to your maximum potential. No, it's not. You need to do those 3 things I talked about. Knowing, growing, sowing. Knowing your purpose in life. Some people may not know their purpose even after getting a PMP. And that's why when you go to Project Leadership Institute, we focus on helping people find their true purpose in life. Vision statements and mission statements are required to begin the program. And the goal is to get you to constantly tweak your vision according to the enterprise environmental factors around you, and to plan out your mission to achieve your constantly evolving vision. And it has to do with knowing your purpose in life, growing to your maximum potential in leadership, in communications, and interpersonal skills. And then we encourage sowing those seeds, because if you're not improving people's quality of life in some way, what are you doing? I don't care whatever you are, even if you're a musician, you should be aiming to improve people's standard of living or happiness in some way, to give them some value, some benefit. So I want to encourage you, if you're a PMP and you're wondering, what do I do next? Just go to projectleadershipinstitute.com. If you're really serious, we want serious individuals, really serious individuals who want to go to the next level. If that's you, go on down there and become part of our program. And let's work with you to get to the pinnacle. Projectleadershipinstitute.com. Okay? PMP is great, but you got to remember it's the beginning. And you need to understand how to get to the peak. It's all about people, all about understanding your goals and your mission and working towards it. It's all about people. People help you get to the pinnacle if you help them get to their pinnacle. That understanding is one of the ingredients missing in a lot of people's journey as PMPs. They think, oh, I've got to a pinnacle. I'm a PMP. No, it's just the beginning. All right. So one more time, you got to remember the 5 rungs of the ladder. My mentor, John Maxwell, he wrote a book called The 5 Levels of Leadership, and that's where this is from: position, permission, production, personhood, and pinnacle. I encourage you to look into this. Now, for those who want a little bit more tactical advice, and they say, I'm done with PMP, What should I do next? Well, join the Project Leadership Institute, okay? Secondly, I want you to focus on the world of Agile even more. So I want to throw you out a challenge to beef up your knowledge. This is nothing more than value that I want you to get. I have no affiliations with any of these firms, okay? I want you to think about getting, first of all, because it's low cost and low risk. The PSM certification is not, to me, about the certification alone. Certification is good. It's from Ken Schwaber's company. Yes, there are a lot of politics that people will bring up from, the Scrum Alliance and his interaction with them, and I couldn't care less. The bottom line is the PSM gives you a great test vehicle to test your understanding of Scrum in a way that the CSM will not. And that's why my recommendation is to go to the CSM after you have learned with us. So if you're one of our Praizion students and you've gone through the training Roy and I have provided to you, the PSM is a great one you can jump straight into because our training covers a ton of details, a ton of details. So why don't you go for PSM certification? It's low cost, it's under 200 bucks. You can study more, go do it. The CSM costs a little bit more, be actually 4 times more, I think. But look into their website, Scrum Alliance, but I would go for PSM first to really kick the tires on my understanding. It's industry recognized. You find it on job sites and so on. And then CSM, okay? And after you get done with that, if you still want additional certifications, at that point, I would say, okay, you could go for the ACP, but it's definitely not what I would do first. I would do 1, 2, 3 in that order. If I was constrained for funds, I would probably just do that. This is about $800. This is about, it's going to cost you for the exam about 555 or something like that, I think. But when you add training and so on, it gets almost as much as this. You see, so that's why I say if you've got enough knowledge, go for PSM, keep building on it, and then when you get done with your Agile, start focusing on improving how you position yourself, on your resume, going for a job, in a firm. It's not about the certification. There are many people that apply for jobs, but it's your interpersonal skills. I often talk about this in our program, about how the Stanford Research Institute did some research way back, and they found out that success in your business, in your life, in corporate America, it was 87% contingent on your relationship with people and only 13% about your ability when it came to product or process or things like that. What do we see from that? Success is all about people. It's not about education. That could be one of the factors, but it's very little about that. It's more about people. So when you get into a firm, you want to up your people game. I hear people saying, oh, I'm not a people person. Well, people have had a misconception for a long time that being an extrovert means you're talkative, you're loquacious, you use tons of words, big words, or you want to be in the center. Not necessarily. It could just mean you get energy from being around other people, amidst other things, but it's not primarily how much you want to talk or speak. You have a lot of introverts who've done pretty well, Richard Branson, right? Bill Gates, and you look at other mannerisms and you can tell the introverts. So they're still into people, just in a different way, see? So I want you to stop telling yourself, oh, I'm an introvert, I'm an introvert, I cannot relate with people. No, don't say that. You relate with family members, right? You relate with other people around you when you really find something that gets you going, all right? So being a success is not about being an introvert or extrovert. It's about understanding the dynamics and the importance, right? Taking away the focus from yourself, being selfless and focusing on other people. Because being an introvert, one could say, I just want to be focused on my own feelings. I don't want to get involved in other people's. But that's not what being an introvert means. It's not. You could still have introvert qualities, but be able to add value to people and have a genuine interest in people. You get what I'm saying? So try to work that out in your journey to success. Understand that people need to be our focus. And you don't have to be an extrovert to be someone who celebrates people, who cares about people. You don't have to be. You could be quiet and still love to add value to people. And you could still very well add value to people. Okay? Think about that for a second. All right. So the summary, my friends, you want to go to that next level, your PMP, you want to climb up the ladder, you want to get to the pinnacle, and you want to keep staying at levels 1 to 4. Let's work with you on that. Go to projectleadershipinstitute.com and let's have a conversation. All right. You take care. I wish you all the very best. Congrats on your PMP. Bye for now.